Hello, I am your host with the most, Judichu, and today it's the start of the NBA basketball season for the 2025-2026 season. So, as a big basketball fan, I thought, hey, might as well just ramble and rave a little bit about basketball. Maybe throw some of the World Series in there as well. I know this might be everybody's particular cup of tea because sports ball and all, but if you're willing to listen to me rant and rave about movies and video, you more or less might want to listen to me ramble about some basketball and some baseball. Maybe even if it's some football. I'll throw some NFL, like whatever comes off the top of my head. But without further ado, get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your laptop ready, get it on your TV, however in case you want to watch this video. Put it on your AirPods or whatever the case. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hope you guys and gals enjoy. As I'm repeating myself, but let's get into it. So I'm gonna preference this by saying, fuck the Dodgers. They're probably gonna win the World Series. Congratulations to them. They have $1 billion payroll, so of course they should have a pretty easy route. They've only lost, I think, one or two games in this entire postseason run, where opposed to the Blue Jays had to fight for their life down 3-2 to the Seattle Mariners, which is a cursed organization. I couldn't believe they blew a 3-2 lead, but hey, it is what it is, right? I was fucking pissed. I was like, wow, this fucking organization is cursed. I'm not even a Mariners fan. Let me just preference that. I'm a Giants fan. I don't even really like baseball. Baseball is a sport in which my childhood best friend is way more versed in knowledge of baseball. He's the biggest Giants fan I know, opposed to my dad's wife, who she was a big Giants fan as well. But as someone who's like, this team has never made the World Series, the Mariners, and I was like, damn, they got this. They're up 3-2, they have this, and they choke like the fucking Clippers. Clippers always go up 3-1 and then just lose. So when they're up 3-1, they're not winning that series. Even with three chances, they cannot close out games. The Mariners have lost to the Cleveland Indians, not the fucking Guardians, because that's a stupid fucking name. So the Cleveland Indians, twice to the Yankees, all in leading positions. They just lost. Can't clutch themselves to a World Series. The Toronto Blue Jays, I'm indifferent towards. It seems like the refs wanted it. The MLB wants like a World Series. I heard there's rumors are trying to bring back the Montreal Expo, so best way to have baseball in Canada is have them in a World Series and try to, bring Canada some more baseball teams, I guess. All in all, it's not my cup of tea. The Blue Jays, again, I'm a Giants fan. So I expect the Dodgers to win maybe gentleman's sweep 5-1. Their pitching is fantastic. They have Shohei, the biggest gambling batter of all time, literally Michael Jordan-esque in baseball, gambling and then going on the court and putting up numbers. So if you like baseball, have fun. It should be a fun watch. I might catch a game or two. I'd be surprised again if it goes past 5, but I just fucking hate the Dodgers. I can't believe it. But going into basketball, today's the mark of the 2025-2026 season, and I'm just gonna give some quick thoughts. I thought I'd be cool and run down every team and my predictions for them, but no, that I don't have that much time, and I'm not feeling too particularly well, and I'm sitting in my car, so I'm kind of on a time limit, and this is just me rambling and raving. As you can see with some Marvel Rivals footage, that's me playing Mantis, but nonetheless. I'm going to start by saying the NBA Finals was something. Game 7. Tyrese Halliburton tore his ACL, which was the most debilitating and depressing thing I've ever seen in a finals game. Literally, the entire life force of the Indiana Pacers were sucked out, and they could not compete. TJ McConnell and Pascal Siakam tried to do their best carry job, but unfortunately, just circumstances didn't lead up to them to win, so they lost in a depressing fashion. Depressing fashion. I can't speak English. Oh my god. You get the gist, right? So the Thunder won. They were young, they were healthy, and I don't see them repeating. They got their one. The one they probably should have gotten in 2012 against LeBron, but nonetheless, fortune favors the bold, and they were bold enough to make trades, and destroy some of their nucleus in order for them to become a championship contender, in which they did. So congratulations to the Thunder. Not my favorite team, but hey, big ups to them. The Pacers should have won, but it is what it is. My favorite team, the Toronto Raptors, are going to be in this weird gray area in which they're in like a rebuilding phase. You know, they got good players and young talent, but I don't think they're gonna really click together and gel because what they're trying to run is just retarded. Like this is like a my team build, which is like in NBA 2K you can get a bunch of player cards and you pay money and you get all that. It's pay to win, but it's what it feels like. The Raptors have like 5 guys that are over 6'8", and it's like, what are you guys running here? You got Boucher, Barnes, Gray, Grady Dick, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett. They just don't all click. So, and Brandon Ingram is a new piece. Total, it's just a weird mesh of players, and there's no identity to that team. So, they'll be a play-in team at best. So, that'll suck, but hey, it is what it is. Teams like the Pacers and the Celtics are dead due to injury, so they'll have some interesting seasons ahead of them. Teams like the Warriors and Lakers and the Clippers are on like death's door. They're on old man time, so this is like championship or not, especially with the Warriors being all like around 36 years old. This is championship or bust, which I can see them make a run, but opposed to the Lakers because I don't see the Lakers making a run because they're old. They don't have that many good players and pieces around Luka, so Luka will be carrying, but to what extent? Got teams like the Knicks and the 76ers that on paper should be good, but will they actually, when it comes to the playoffs, will they actually compete? Especially the 76ers with stripper wife, Paul George. Essentially just, he's on borrowed time. So it leads to an interesting case of, even though Embiid, he's on borrowed time, his knees are weak, so it's really what can these teams do in the East? Teams like the Pistons, the Pelicans, I'm gonna take them out, they suck. So like the Pistons, the Magic, the Thunder are still young, so they are in that category relatively well as well. The Chicago Bulls, the Rockets, even though they have old ass KD, there are all these young teams that are in the mix now. The Suns can make a good run as a young core if they can get a point guard like Tyus Jones. If I think he's still there. There's all these teams in the mix that are young that actually have this is a chance. Any team I can fill out can win a championship, and that's saying much. Usually you have your favorites. Last year the favorites were the Lakers. Actually, let me take that back. Last year the favorites were the Nuggets because they were pretty on par. They're pretty good. The Thunder pretty much outpaced them midway through the season, but the Nuggets were pretty up there. The Celtics, of course, until Jason Tatum got hurt. The Knicks, people were like, even though I think Karl Anthony Towns is like a glass player, he's trash. I wouldn't trust him as my star. Same with Giannis. He's another player I wouldn't want as my star. He can't carry like a Jokic. He can't carry like a Luka. He can't carry like a LeBron. And I'm not even a LeBron fan. I fucking hate LeBron. I think if we're talking about the pantheon of basketball players, Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. I may not like that he's a gambler. I may not like he's like a drinking alcoholic loser and doesn't really like the people who support his lifestyle and his fans, people who buy his shoes and his clothes and all that stuff. He doesn't really care about. He just cares about the money. So fuck Michael Jordan. If he ever hears this, fuck you, you suck. That's why the Hornets suck. But he's the greatest basketball player, so he gets to have that level of superiority or that air of smugness or the case. He's the fucking greatest of all time. Ever. At this point, no one's going to surpass him. The same way I feel about Patrick Mahomes and even Tom Brady. Like, I'm not a Tom Brady fan at all either. But I saw Tom Brady come back and beat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49 off my mind. And he fucking blew my mind. He came back 28-3 against the Falcons and the motherfucker beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I can't complain. He's one of the GOATs. I seen Patrick Mahomes beat the 49ers 0 seconds OT Super Bowl. There's some moments that make you a star, and you get to be above and beyond in arrogance. When I fucking saw Ichiro Suzuki on the Seattle Mariners hit a fucking home run bunting the baseball. You're just on another level when you can do shit like that. So you get to be smug or arrogant or whatever the case may be if you're that fucking good. And some players are at that level, especially in the NBA, how are that level of smug and arrogant even when they're fucking role players, which is insane because it's like, bro, you couldn't lay some of these dudes jocks. But hey, that's just how basketball may be. It's a team sport essentially, but people can carry. Whereas, like as I was saying, baseball, you cannot be one person and carry them to a victory. It's just physically impossible. There's field, you have to pitch, you have to hit, you have to play defense. There's a lot to baseball. There's a lot of nuance. You can't just carry one person. Can't carry a person to single-handed victory because as a pitcher, Shohei may have to pitch, but he also has to hit. He's a dual-way player, but even then, he's not always batting 1,000. It's impossible. Basketball, you can carry a little bit. You can say, pass me the fucking rock. I'm Jordan. I'm dropping 50 in. But even then, you still have four other guys you have to support. Same with football. You could be the quarterback, but if your O-line sucks and you have no one to throw to, it's very hard to carry. And that's how I feel with tying this all back to basketball. That's how I feel with Luka. He's going to be the guy that have to carry a bunch of scrubs like Roy Hachimura and like DeAndre Ayton while LeBron's sitting down doing nothing. So let me wrap this up because I probably have like 10 minutes left of free time, right? I'll go into my playoff predictions. The season hasn't even started yet, but I see. If I had to guess an NBA Finals right now off the top of my head, I'd go. See, I wouldn't say the Cavs will make it because the Cavs are good, but they're not dominant. The Pistons are young, and the Magic are young as well. They won't make the finals, I don't think. The Pacers are dead. I would have probably had them as a pretty good lock, but they're dead. The Bulls won't make the finals. Let's see in East. The Sixers I won't see. They don't have my confidence to make it. Neither does the Knicks. The Raptors most definitely won't. Ooh, being out East is an open bag because you really can make it. The Heat kind of ass, but they can make it if they go on a good run. The Celtics again are kind of dead, so they can't. So I'm gonna throw this one out there. Fuck it. This is my channel. This is my videos, and no one else gives a fuck, right? I'm gonna go and say the Knicks make the finals. They're gonna get cheesed. They didn't make it last year, but I say they get cheesed. They cheese their way to the NBA Finals. So the New York Knicks, I will. Even though I don't like y'all, I'll give you the vote of confidence. Whereas in the West, it's either between the Clippers or the Nuggets. Those are the two on lock that I feel have any kind of consistency. The wild card would be the Warriors, but I will say next year's NBA Finals will be a Nuggets New York NBA Final. So if I'm wrong, please come back and bully me. But if not, you heard it here first. I predicted it right, and I'll go into football wise as well since it's halfway through the season. This week 8 will be starting on Thursday. So let's see. The Eagles and Bills would have been my Super Bowl prediction after week 4, but they have not maintained that level of play. So if I was gonna predict the Super Bowl, I'm going Kansas City Chiefs to probably make the Super Bowl again because the Ravens are dead and I don't have faith in the Bills. So I say Chiefs. Loins. I like the Loins. They're pretty much on fire. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs Loins for the NFL. And we'll talk about hockey. I don't really talk about hockey. I like the Sharkies every once in a while. I like the Devils and the Flyers. But I will say Edmonton Oilers versus because the Oilers will make the Stanley Cup for a third time in a row, but lose. I wouldn't even say the Florida Panthers. Colorado Avalanche because they were pretty good 2 years ago. Maybe their window's closed, but it would either be the Avalanche or maybe the Hurricanes. So it's going to be a Florida team versus the Edmonton Oilers. Either the Panthers, the Hurricanes, or Colorado Avalanche. Those are my predictions. I know you're probably like, guys, what are you just rambling raving about sports? This fucking guy. Yeah, I know. I like me some sports. I fucking hate wrestling right now. Let me talk about some wrestling right now. I'm just gonna be rambling about sports. Talked about basketball. Should be a fun season. Starts tonight. Football starts again Wednesday. And I'm gonna talk about some wrestling. Some wrestling. I'm gonna preference this by saying I fucking hate it right now. It's very boring and it's really alienating me as someone who's been watching wrestling my entire fucking life. Triple H sucks. His booking's horrible. Nothing has any rhythm or flow or reason or rhyme to it. So I'm just like fucking as someone who's been ill, headache, stomach ache, just bowel movements, everything in my life sucks right now. Teeth hurt, and I'm still going on day by day doing what I gotta do. So I really can't complain. I'm alive, right? But nonetheless, it's like you watch this weekly, and it's just fucking tiresome. Like I'm done with this shit. Like, bro, for example, I know you guys don't watch this because you guys have better things to fucking watch instead of fucking wrestling. So you got your wrestling program. Why? Why does Jay win a battle royal because Seth gets hurt? Someone got hurt. This would be an opportunity to put someone else like in the position because Punk is fucking boring too. Talk about someone who's fucking overrated right now in wrestling. Just tired of him too. It's like, okay, that's your main event for Saturday night's main event is Jay versus Punk. What a fucking boring match. Saudi Arabia is getting WrestleMania. Vegas got WrestleMania over New Orleans, even though New Orleans was pretty much promised it. Like, TKO and the UFC and WWE is a fucking slog. And it's just gonna go downhill from then on and then forth because I see it now. The it doesn't have that corny feel to it. Wrestling, it's coming to I want to say mainstream, but too casualized. It's just bullshit that no one cares about. Storylines don't make sense. Like AEW, same thing. Just nothing matters. It's like, why the fuck am I watching this? You know. But I've been ranting and raving for about almost 20 minutes, so let me get to the end of the video. So I hope you guys and gals enjoyed me rambling and raving about sports. Maybe I could do it some more, but let's get into the conclusion. If you guys and gals made it to this end of the video, I appreciate it so much. I know I've just been rambling and raving, but I just want to put out content because it's the October season and why not, right? So thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. You gals as well. Stay tuned for more videos. Hogwarts Legacy live stream should be up. I should have more parts of Ape Escape. So that should be fun. So there's content in the works. Hopefully you guys and gals will be willing to watch and listen or whatever the case may be. And I'll be here trying to make the best content that I can and stick around for as long as I can. So thank you. I love y'all and y'all take care and be safe.